How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Staying Focused for Jesus. Hope each and every one of you are having a blessed day in the Lord Jesus Christ. As always, regardless if you believe what we believe or not. For those of you who are tuning in on Facebook, today is January 8th, 2022. January 8th, 2022. Everybody wants to know what the new wave is. What's the new wave they can ride? Well, the new wave is already here. The new wave is already here. Imagine if you knew about Microsoft at the time when Microsoft was being created, or when Microsoft was at its inception. And we know how Microsoft and Apple, they're pretty much one and the same. They just branched off, for those who don't know that. Imagine if you were able to invest early on in that, or in Amazon. It's not a matter of, oh, somebody has a great idea, let me invest in it. You really have to understand where things are going to be able to make smart investments. Now, let me go ahead and say this, because I know some people are going to take this out of context. This ain't about making money and getting rich. Now, if you take some of the things I'm saying and you make you some money, and you get this and you get that, then so be it, because we all gotta take care of ourselves. We got family to take care of and everything, which means work. And if you can work smarter and not harder, then it makes sense to do that. And if you can put yourself in a situation where it frees up your time to be able to do the thing that you love for your family, for us and for myself, is being able to preach more and give back to the people more, then more power to you. But the new wave is artificial intelligence. The new wave that's already here is artificial intelligence. And if you're able to position yourself right now by doing some simple research, you're going to be in a very powerful position on how to utilize this new technology, which is really old technology, but utilize this new technology in ways that are going to blow your mind. You're going to be able to utilize it to make money. You're going to be able to utilize it, hopefully, for righteous purposes. But you'll be ahead of the game, because you will have learned and know what's happening, what's going on currently in comparison to everybody else. It's not going anywhere, y'all. We know how big Walmart is. A lot of jobs are going to be obsolete. A lot of jobs are going to be obsolete. The jobs are going to start changing. We're seeing that already. You go to Walmart, you're like, dang, why the people had to check me out? They barely have any registers open. It's self-checkout city now. Prices have went up on the food. They ain't like they the same. They've went up. And now you got to check yourself out. What technology do you think they're using to do that? They're using artificial intelligence. What do you think they're using when they got that you're scanning the product and everything, and you got the camera up there and is taking your picture and stuff like that? What do you think they're using? They're using artificial intelligence, and it's only going to get smarter. It's not going nowhere. You're already using it on a daily basis, as I said in my other video, with Google, with YouTube. You're using it now when you go to the grocery stores that are using self-checkout. That ain't going nowhere. It's only going to continue to grow. So a lot of jobs are going to end up being obsolete. And these jobs that are they currently have, I can't tell you which ones are going to be like gone. But what's going to happen is you're going to have I hate to use this word, but you're going to have a shift where instead of this job is going to be something else. Instead of you having this job, you'll be pushed out, or you'll be put in another position that you probably ain't going to be happy at. And then other individuals will replace those other jobs because they have the knowledge of artificial intelligence, because you still need some type of, what we call human interaction, and some type of, we call human connection with it to be able to do certain things. This is the new wave that's already here. What industry are you in? Are you in the real estate industry? Are you in the car industry? Are you in the services industry? What industry are you in? Are you in the tax industry? A lot of your tax software is automated now anyway. Now what happens when they create, which they probably already have it, I'm gonna check it, but it's gonna come out. You can bank on that, take it to the bank. You're gonna have tax software that's artificially intelligent, that's based on AI technology. The AI is gonna be doing the taxes. Most tax people are now gonna be what? Obsolete. Not because of the artificial intelligence, because they're not gonna be able to adapt. They're not gonna be able to adapt and end up trying to figure out or already have a solution of how they can implement this into their business. You see what I'm saying? Now take that within any industry. So those who, like, let's say do taxes, because it's, beginning of the year. Let's say you have this software, this artificial intelligence software that's going to do most of the work. You understand taxes already. You got 30 years of experience. So you're able to go in, okay, this and this and that. It's going to do most of the work for you. But certain things they may not know. That may open up other opportunities. Hey, we need some programmers. We need some people that have XYZ years of experience that can help us make this AI technology in regards to this tax program smarter. Now they're paying you for your ideas. You know that most of the time you spend running your business is doing the stuff you really don't want to do. The menial stuff. You're like, oh man, I gotta do that. The paperwork and everything. That's what people don't tell you about business. That's the hard part. The hard part is keeping up with your records, your taxes, all this other stuff. It's easy to do the other stuff. The stuff you like doing, excuse me. But just think about that. Just with the taxes. If the individual is able to do that, in comparison to somebody, oh man, the AI is taking over. I can't do nothing. Now their tax business is gone because they were not able to adapt to this changing world that we are currently in. And this is what's going to happen with a lot of people. Now you can take this as a prophecy. You can take this however you want. The next point I'm going to say. I believe, I can see, but I can't see clearly yet. But what I believe is when artificial intelligence goes to the next level, or that spot, I'm gonna call it that sweet spot, where that sweet spot before it goes to the really next level and it starts making most people's jobs obsolete. I believe that's going to be around the time period where they're going to implement what we call the New World Order, the Great Reset, for those who know about that term, the Great Reset, the Global Reset, the Currency Reset, Nasara, Gesara. That's when I believe more so is going to happen. And the reason I say that is if you have all these jobs that are mostly obsolete, and it could be a combination of the job being obsolete, people dying because of something or something else, the change-o, and then they implement this new system completely. And now you have this release of funds, release of reparations, right? To offset the absence of people that have died off. Can I say that? Or suddenly died from whatever. And jobs being obsolete because of this boom of artificial intelligence. That's what I see. Like I said, I can't see it all clearly, but the pieces I do see and the pieces I do have, that's what I'm seeing. So what do we do with this? Because we know it's not going anywhere. What do we do with it as believers? What do you do with it even if you don't believe what I believe? The same thing. Learn about it, understand it, to position yourself. If you're a believer, learn about it and understand it to position yourself. I'm already using it. I'm using it on a level that I'm using it on a level right now in the early stages where I'm like, the stuff I'm able to accomplish by using this tool. See, y'all thinking about Terminator and stuff like that. Yeah, that stuff is real. They got Terminator already now. They got Terminator already. They got robots in San Francisco, I think it is, or California, but you can look it up. The robots now can shoot people. You don't believe me? Go look it up. The robots in California, they can shoot people. Think about that. The robots in California, I think specifically San Francisco, they can shoot people. Did you hear what I said? It's not a dream. It's not a sci-fi movie. It's real. They got some crazy, crazy stuff, and it's only going to continue to get even more crazier. The stuff I've been able to accomplish just by really, really using artificial intelligence on a whole nother level in the last week or less has blown my mind. I've been able to publish a book in less than a week, write other several books. And what you do is you have a baseline, you have an idea, you input it into the system, it spits some stuff back, and then use that as a baseline to adjust certain things. You know, I don't use it where, hey, do everything for me. I don't do that. I use it as a tool to help. And that's the way you should and you're supposed to be using it, as a helper tool. Like I said before, y'all looking at the Terminator, oh, the machine gonna take over. The machine is gonna take over if you allow it to take over. The machine is going to take over you if you allow the machine to take over you. But like I said, the stuff I've been able to accomplish in such a short time, like stuff I'm like, oh man, I got to do this, I got to do that. It just, right now we know what they say, content is king, data is king. The name of the game right now is speed. And to get the information, to get the content out as fast as possible to the people. And artificial intelligence allows myself and others who understand it to be able to do that. Where you're able to streamline content. Stuff that would take you an hour, like writing a description or something, or 30 minutes, you gotta write the description, where you can do something else. You're able to take the artificial intelligence, you already wrote something, and say, hey, write me a description based on what I already wrote. And it's gonna write it. And then they're gonna do this, do that, do that. It can post it. It's crazy. It's crazy. You have ideas. I got ideas for apps where, like I told y'all before in another video, I don't have to wait on somebody to make an app for me or pay them some crazy amount of money and then it may not even be right. The artificial intelligence will write the code for the app, and then you take that information, if you know what you're doing, and implement it into a workable app, and then you turn around and you sell it. I got an app. I got several apps, but I got an app I just came up with. It's a Bible app, and y'all know I'm big on words, and what this Bible app does is, I don't know if I tell y'all gonna steal it, whatever. If you steal it, you steal it. That's on you. But what this app does is it implements the etymology of a word within the Bible app. And then you have the definition according to the etymology online, Webster's 1828, or Strong's Concordance. And then it'll take it and it will rephrase it. It'll give you the original scripture, and then it'll rephrase it with the etymology meaning of that word. And depending on what source you're using. I come up with ideas, but I'm not able to do them. One, I don't have the understanding about how to write the code. Two, I don't have the money right now to be able to do it. But with artificial intelligence, I'm able to do it. You know why? Because I've already done it. An idea. Oh, I got this idea. Hey, can you write the code for something that does it, boom, boom, boom. And it does it. It is mind-blowing, the stuff not only myself but my wife has been able to accomplish in such a short time. And we are in the early stages. Remember that video that I dropped? I told y'all it's Theodore Herzl, for those who know about it. It's on my YouTube channel. I use artificial intelligence to make that. Now the video part of it, I made that from scratch. But I found a program that allows me to speed the process up. Now that took a while. But as I've done more research and everything, I found other tools that are going to be helpful. The voiceover that you heard, that was artificial intelligence. I took what I would normally say in the video, or the points I would make in a sermon, I inputted it, and then I put my own words in there. You could probably tell the stuff that I said and what I didn't say, or maybe you couldn't tell. And then the program, it rendered it and everything. I had the audio file, I overlaid it, and then I made the video. That allows me to streamline my content even faster, give y'all some more interactive, some more comprehensive, however you want to put it, content. Instead of me just sitting here, talking, which is cool, but we have to, I said you have to, but if you've been called to, I'm going to say that if you've been called to, you got to implement these different tools to continue to reach the people. This is a generation we're living in. This is a generation we're living in. Think about your children growing up. I got children. They're going to be growing up with this if we're here that long. And if we can utilize it to reach people, and if you can utilize it in business, right now being ahead of the game, understanding it, that's going to put you in a very powerful position. Rather it's being able to make some money using it before everybody else does, or rather it's having the knowledge of how to use these tools that are here already. They got some when I say some crazy stuff, they got some stuff where the artificial intelligence is making beats, is making melodies I've been looking into. And they're making some good beats. So you take that and you can take out certain drums and everything, or certain sounds, and then you can implement certain sound and then use it as a bass line to build a beat. Now, what I would like to see, and if they don't come out with it, then maybe eventually I will, is where you have a melody. I'm not a singer, but I can come up with beats and melodies. I do that all day. I'm like, oh, that's a hard beat. The beat that y'all hear at the beginning of my videos now, Apocalypse Coming, that's my melody that I made probably 3 years ago. I had named it Apocalypse Coming, which is why you see it says Apocalypse Coming. That was a melody. I sent it off and I had somebody make that beat off of that melody. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. If not, then I'm going to do it. I want to be able to be in a position, if I do it, where you take your melody and then you record it and you implement it into the program, and then the AI will make a melody based off of that sound that you inputted, and then you could build a beat off of that. Just gave you $1 billion idea right there, didn't I? The opportunities are out there, y'all. You just gotta be willing to make the sacrifices. The opportunities are out there. You just gotta be willing to make the sacrifices. Like I said, this ain't about getting rich. But if you get rich, you get rich. If you get wealthy, you get wealthy. This is about positioning yourself to be able to utilize these tools no matter what, and be able to utilize them in a righteous way. For us, it's utilizing these tools to be able to continue to preach the gospel in ways that we never imagined before. I did a sermon, I'm going to close it out with this. And some of y'all may remember, I told you that the digital world is a spiritual world. The veil between the spiritual and the physical, it's it's so thin, it's like, what I'm saying, it's almost like wearing, some type of super thin garment. That's how thin the veil between the spiritual and the physical world is right now. And some of you, hopefully a lot of you understand that. Even if you don't understand it, that may help you to understand. But let me get on out of here. With that being said, God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name. As always, stay focused for Jesus. And as you know, The truth is not debated, it is declared.